the J&Z podcast. This is episode 7.
It's pretty wild.
Number 7
weeks. I can remember when we first started this.
I can barely count to 7.
Right? If you've been with us since the beginning, thank you. If you haven't, welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. We've done a couple different movies. Usually what we like to do here is just kind of jump around to our favorite moments in movies, what we like about it, talk about some weird stuff.
Yep.
Today, we're reviewing Top Gun.
Which, just gonna take a guess, top 10 favorite movies of yours?
Ooh, top 10? Yeah, probably top 10. No, definitely not top 5.
No.
But definitely Top Gun.
Nice. That's such a dad joke. That's like the Top Gun. Okay, Tommy, go do the fucking dishes.
Well, that's why I like it so much. So my dad was in the Navy, and so this was like, it was playing all the time.
Of course.
He just absolutely loved this movie for some reason. And it's grown on me. I personally really, really like it, and I know you're not a huge fan.
No. Well, I think a lot of it also is you have family that's in the Navy. Your dad was in the Navy in the 80s when this obviously came out. And my introduction to Top Gun, it was you, your family, and also Archer. Because on Archer, it's like Kenny Loggins, Welcome to the Danger Zone, montages of him driving the motorcycle, all of that. So those were my two introductions in this. Like, people would be like, oh, have you seen Top Gun? Because How I Met Your Mother, when Barney dresses up in the flight suit.
Yeah.
So Top Gun was never must watch for me. Like, I never was like, oh, I gotta watch this. It was always something else. But yeah, so watched it last night, and it's pretty good. It's not my top 10, but I know that for you, it's pretty good.
I just like it because it's one of those like quintessential 80s movies where it has those just ridiculous one-liners, and there is a reoccurring actor in this movie from one of our favorite franchises, Back to the Future. It's
Strickland.
The principal in the school, is now the admiral.
Yeah, he's
corporal.
like the corporal.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. Yeah, I don't
he's
know
constantly smoking cigars, and there's some pretty cool shots of just the smoke coming off. And then, so this is something that I want to address. Why is everyone in this movie so sweaty?
Because they're watching Cops.
Why are you so sweaty? I was watching Cops.
In this movie, everyone's just sweaty.
Everyone's covered in sweat, especially the beginning, because it's like dark. You just see the red light on their sweaty, that's Strickland's sweaty bald head, and he's like, "What's going on? What's on the radar?"
It's like a magnifying glass, just.
Yeah, and I was thinking too, like as a it's weird to say this, as a period piece, like what was happening in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it's not really. I guess it's what the
Cold War.
No,
Soviets.
No, that was like 60s,
It was also in the
70s,
80s, though. They had the Cold War.
I thought it was like right before Desert Storm. This is us. This is us pretending we know history.
Exactly.
Wasn't that right before like Genghis Khan?
Right, exactly. Wasn't it before the Crusades? Was it BC or after BC?
I don't know. All I know is that Caesar did some shit.
Right. Well, I was thinking it was around the Cold War because Rocky IV came out around that time.
Yeah, but I don't think they were in this, because I think Top Gun was meant to be like. It came out and it was portrayed in the time that it was released.
Yeah.
Where Rocky was not, obviously.
Rocky IV, though, I was thinking about Rocky IV when I was watching Top Gun, because they're pretty cheesy.
Pretty cheesy.
Both have a lot of really great lines, like Rocky IV has, I must break you.
Yep. And
throw in the damn towel!
Yeah, Strickland has your ego's writing checks your body can't cash.
Yep. And
great line.
It's also in the 80s. While watching Top Gun, I was expecting there to be like some kind of Cold War reference, but it wasn't, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, well, they do talk a lot about, like, the main antagonist is Russian MiGs, which I guess is some type of Russian, like, aircraft, like jet or something. And why don't we just jump right into the movie?
Yeah, totally.
I like the intro scene,
It's pretty cool.
The soundtrack, yeah, you made a great point that you thought the actual just soundtrack of the movie was better than the movie
Oh, no,
itself.
completely, yeah. I mean, you listen, like, Kenny Loggins, you have the Take My Breath Away, and then
Berlin.
like, even if you don't like this movie, watch the intro, because it's really cool, like the way that the cinematography is with the lighting.
How
and
do
then
they
actually
do that? How do, like, does a director go to like the Pentagon and go, so I need this really cool shot on an aircraft carrier, and they're like, yeah, no, and he's like, but I'll give you a lot of money.
I read some of the IMDb trivia, and the Pentagon actually plays a part in the production of Top Gun. I'm not even kidding you. The Pentagon played a part in Top Gun. I'll get to it, especially when we get near the end.
You know what I wonder, though, is how many people chose to join the Navy after this movie came
I have some information about that. So
My dad, my brother, my grandfather.
everybody. Yeah, 90-year-olds are like, hang
on, I think my recruiter's calling me.
I saw Top Gun and I want to fly those planes and hook up with a young Meg Ryan, please. So, but no, with Top Gun, what the Navy would do is they put their recruitment booths right outside the movie theater, so people would come out and go, yeah, fuck yeah, I want to fly. And the recruiters were like, that's really funny that you say you want to fly and you want to be like Tom Cruise, because have you ever thought of joining them? And so,
they're like, oh, you like Top Gun? Just go ahead and sign on the dotted line. Don't read anything. Perfect. Thank you.
Do you also want to sleep with Meg Ryan? That's right there. And they signed it. They're just depressed.
What is the likelihood, though, of somebody actually being able to be qualified to be a fighter pilot?
Yeah. And something that I was thinking about just as we were talking is like, what other movie could they put a recruitment booth out for?
True. Yeah.
Like, this is the one movie that I think, like, it really sheds everything in a positive light to make you want to join. Like, you're not going to watch Full Metal Jacket and be like, man, I want to get some!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
I'm going to develop a mental disorder and kill myself. Like, no.
I want to walk into hell!
Well, also, in Top Gun, so like thinking about who would actually qualify to be a fighter pilot. Yeah. So my dad, you know this, was a nuclear engineer on a submarine, right? The like pass rate of nuclear power school is something atrocious, like 10 or 20%. And I'm pulling that number right out of my ass. So
hi, Dad.
Yeah. So it's very small. I just know it's very small. And it's really, the thing I love about the military so much is just how mean they are. Like, they're as mean as like little kids. Like, little kids will point and say things that just hurt you. Like, hey, pimple face.
Yeah, Richard Pryor said the only honest people are little kids and assholes.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. And so, like, my dad was talking to my brother, who was also in the Navy at the time, and my brother was bunked up, or roommates basically, with someone who failed out of nuclear power school. Wow. And I thought it was funny because my brother called them nuke drops. I was like, that's pretty great.
So awful.
And my brother was saying that as he's on the phone with my dad on speakerphone, so his roommate can hear them, and my dad goes, oh, really? We called them nuclear waste.
Oh,
that... The guy just went...
Oof. Oh, God. That's... If I was on a submarine, I'd be like, I'm just going to open the door really quick.
Because there's doors on a submarine.
Exactly.
Did you shut the screen door before you went under? But yeah, so that's just what I'm curious about. Is I'm sure there was like a mass amount of people that joined just because purely the movie.
Oh, 100%.
And I remember I went into a recruiter's office for my brother. You might even remember going there.
I do remember going there. That was because they asked me, they're like, son, do you want to join the military? And I was like, I am epileptic. And they went, do you want to join the military? And they looked at you.
They just saw right through you. And it's funny because I get really caught up in the moment. Hi, I have ADHD. But I think of things very theatrically. And they have this big-ass poster. And it said... we're the calm before the storm. And it showed like people with like medic bags and like taking care of people. And then it had a bunch of battleships and planes. And it said, sometimes we are the storm.
God.
And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And the recruiter's like, hey, how's it going? I went, no, it's working. It's working.
Please no. I don't want to be the storm.
Yeah.
But so the thing with Top Gun is the intro is really cool. Like that's something where even... because when he suggested Top Gun, I was like, oh, okay. And then
I said, we should watch Top Gun. And you said, are you sure?
Yeah, exactly. But I started it, and I was like, when Danger Zone kicks in, and it shows the jets flying off, and it's got the real noise, like they actually got authorized to film on the ship.
Oh wow!
And they got authorized to film on the ship, and they filmed.
Like, can we borrow one of these warheads?
Can we borrow everybody?
I just need to borrow this warhead for this shot real quick. I'll bring it back in 6 months.
And it's funny watching it though, because my caveman mushy think tank, when I see jets flying, or even if I'm outside and I see a helicopter, it's like. Because it's just like just watching it, like
those primitive tribes. How does that work?
It's honestly, I still think that. But,
it doesn't make sense. I don't know.
Like watching Top Gun though, like the primitive like animal brain was just like, oh, plane go fly, and so like,
but it's not flapping.
Right, but seeing them land, I always am like, holy shit! Like,
well, there's a string that like and again, I think this is correct. Please don't fact check me. But when they land in the aircraft carrier, I'm pretty sure there's like a band. It's not like a string, but it's like a band that like catches the plane and keeps it from just and then
it's like, how many planes capsize? Like how many planes are like, oh fuck.
It's like, yeah, for me, I think about stuff that makes me like anxious, like, ooh, talking in front of people, or ooh, I have to hit a golf shot in front of everyone, and it's like, ooh, I have to land this plane on an aircraft carrier that's very, very small, and I'm moving at hundreds of miles per hour.
Or I die.
What if I was just like, I can't do this?
Yeah, exactly.
Fun fact, Cougar did that in the movie.
Yep, let's get to that.
So, yeah, so the beginning of the movie, it immediately jumps into a really stressful scene where Cougar, I can't remember the co-pilot or the other guy, but he's like flying and they get into this like dogfight with this other Russian MiG or whatever, and he gets like really shaken up and he looks at a picture of his side piece, or probably his
wife and kid.
Yeah. And he's just sitting there like shaking.
He's shaking up that he can't sleep with her again. I have to go back to my wife.
And you just hear that, and he like takes it off, like he can't breathe or try to breathe or something. I don't know. Never been in a jet before.
I read it as having an anxiety attack.
Pussy.
Right? That's what I read it as. I read it as he had a panic attack. Like, well, he was like, sense, I can't handle this.
I would have a panic attack getting into the plane.
Right?
I'm freaking out.
So the one thing that I kind of want to transition to is how everybody got this movie all wrong. Okay? Yeah. Here's my hot take.
Go for it.
Feel free to disagree with me, roast me in the comments, make fun of my weight.
Right? All three.
Yeah.
Bring it.
You ready for this?
Let's go for it.
Tom Cruise is not the hero in this movie. Not at all. All he does is push Scientology the whole time.
Right? The entire time he's like, hello, have you tried the cult of Scientology?
No, basically, get this, you ready? He does not win Top Gun. He fucks up Top Gun. Actually, spoiler alert, his friend dies, okay? So he fucks up as bad as he could.
I will remember Goose.
You know who wins Top Gun? Val Kilmer.
Yes.
Iceman and Slider win Top Gun.
Fuck yeah.
They do everything correctly, and then at the end, Val Kilmer's like, you know what? Fine, Tom Cruise. I'll fly with you only because I think you're hot.
The wildest thing is the fact that Tom Cruise is like, I hate him because he's clean. Because it's like, no, they're like the cleanest, best duo or whatever. Yeah. And it's just like, God, I hate that he doesn't break the rules. It's like, fuck you, Tom Cruise. You got your friend fucking killed. The entire movie, he's like, I want to fuck my teacher. I want to fuck this academy up. I want to fuck everything up. And it's like, you're not the hero. This is like Karate. Okay. Tinfoil hat time. This is like Karate Kid. Like,
everybody, Tommy, get out your conspiracy theory tinfoil hat.
Tommy is not the hero. Like, he is not, whatever his name is from Top Gun.
What was the actor's name?
Ralph Macchio.
Ralph Macchio.
Yeah, he's not the hero of Karate Kid. Tom Cruise is not the hero of Top Gun.
No. Val Kilmer and Slider, it's very clear and apparent their connection that they have as a pilot and co-pilot in the volleyball scene.
And they're That's flying. That reminds me, in Cards Against Humanity, like the erotic montage of the volleyball
exactly.
song.
Yeah.
How many people do you think saw that in the theaters and went, "Oh no"? Or,
how many people were watching that and they're like, nice.
nice.
I like volleyball. I like beach volleyball. It's hot. This is also the era where you can do fucking anything in Levi's.
Yes, exactly.
You get a pair of Levi's, you can play volleyball, you can fly a jet, you can skydive. Yeah, you can do anything in a pair of Levi's.
That should have been the commercial for Levi's.
It should have. But it's like you watch that collage of scenes and it's like it doesn't stop.
No, it doesn't.
It's like, okay, Tom Cruise, you have 89 points, and Val Kilmer and Slider, you guys have 0. And then Tom Cruise, like they win, and then they're leaving because Tom Cruise is like, oh, okay, bye guys, I have to go. And Goose is like, come on, one more game. And then Tom Cruise is like, no, I have to go get my dick wet.
Right? And then he gets on his bike and take my breath away.
It's a really cheesy scene because Jet is taking off right next to him, and he just is on his motorcycle, and he just gives a fist bump.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, God.
I really like it. But it's so, like, the one scene where they do something and the teacher follows him as he's driving on his motorcycle, and he cuts through traffic with all these innocent people, like, driving through, and then she barrels through, almost getting hit.
No, that's right.
And then he hops off and he's like, you call me reckless? And she's like, I wanted to tell you something. And then Tom Cruise is like, I'm going to fix this by kissing her. I don't know about you, but I've gotten in fights and arguments with my girlfriend, or just people in general. I've never thought, I think I'm going to kiss them to stop them from being angry. And he does. And it's like, no, that would have been a slap in the face.
For those of you watching and listening, I want you to picture this, okay? You have road rage about something, okay? Literal road rage. Like, some jackass just cut you off while you're merging onto a highway, and your first thought is, I will solve this problem by causing sexual tension.
Oh, God. It just... Watching the movie, I was like, I don't like Tom Cruise.
I like him in some movies. He's definitely like a... what's the word? It's like a very specific flavor.
Yeah. No, it's
like
true.
Pistachio.
Do you have a favorite scene in Top Gun?
Yeah, I think my favorite scene in Top Gun is probably where they're doing all of the different like practice stuff and they're earning the points or whatever, and they're up in the air, and one of their instructors, call sign Viper, is they realize he's up there with them, and I just love Goose's reaction because Maverick is like, perfect, I'm gonna break all the rules, and Goose is like, oh god, Viper's up here? Okay, Maverick, I have kids, let's be calm, do everything fine. And
Tom Cruise is like, fuck that, I want to die.
He just like panics the entire time. That's probably my favorite scene.
My favorite scene is Goose playing the piano with his wife and kid and Tom Cruise and Meg Ryan, and he's playing Great Balls of Fire, because throughout the entire movie they go like, goodness gracious, Great Balls of Fire.
The only weird thing about that scene is Goose's wife is talking to the instructor, like Tom Cruise's crush in the movie, and she's like, wow, you managed to tie him down, because he fucks around a lot.
Right?
She's basically like, good luck, you might have AIDS.
Yeah, he's consistently in heat.
She literally says that.
And what's the line that you quote all the time? Take me home, or...
Oh, yeah, Goose's wife yells at him. It's actually really sad because like I feel like the next couple scenes he dies. And you said this to me. And I think Top Gun, this is one of the things that they do really good, I feel like. And this is something you showed me in movies where they like add something to cause... like basically build a connection to a character, not through dialogue or anything written. Like, this character is pregnant,
yep,
or this character has cancer, or like it's not anything that you've like grown to love about the character. They just add in a feature, and then it's like you build a connection by. I just feel like it's lazy writing, kind of.
Yeah.
And in this movie, they don't do that. Like, you just kind of develop a love for this like goofy Goose. Like the bullies in Top Gun call him Mama or Mother Goose, which I think is really funny. But yeah, it's just, you really build a connection to like Goose specifically and his family because he just keeps talking about them. Yeah. And then once you're finally like, oh yeah, he's kind of cool, bam, dead.
Exactly.
Just like that.
And one thing that I read that I thought was interesting about this is that The Pentagon and the Navy stepped in because they read the script and everything, and they said, all right, here's the budget. You can film on our naval base. You can film anywhere. But you have to depict the Navy in a positive light. Like, you cannot depict the Navy in a negative light. So when you watch the movie, the entire time, it's like, yeah, Navy, yeah, Navy. And then it ends, it's like, yeah, Navy. And it's because they were like, we need people. You need to not have anything bad that's like, that has to do with the Navy. Like they're like shooting and it's like, cut away.
Yeah, don't leave that.
The fact that Tom Cruise ends up like to be an instructor at the end.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Like, he
That
doesn't
part's
win.
like,
Yeah,
what?
he doesn't win Top Gun. Iceman wins Top Gun.
Exactly. Val Kilmer chewing gum, sitting in the back. Fuck yeah.
We should make a poster.
Oh yeah, of just Val
It's
Kilmer.
like the Vote for Pedro T-shirt, but it's Iceman won Top Gun.
Yeah, he's chewing gum, twirling it with the shades.
Yeah, I would love everybody else's opinion. If you haven't seen the movie before, go watch it. It's really fast. It's short.
It really is.
I think it's on Netflix.
How the fuck are they going to make a sequel? Like, I've seen the posters and stuff.
Yeah, the cool thing is Miles Teller, who's one of my favorite actors, who was
really
in
good.
War Dogs. With Jonah Hill.
Whiplash, he's amazing in Whiplash.
Not quite my tempo. Great line for that movie. Is going to be in the new Top Gun, and so is Tom Cruise. But I'm excited for it. But yeah, watch the movie. Let us know what you think. It's just a great cheesy 80s movie, like, and it came out at the same time as like Terminator, Back to the Future, License to Drive, all
Risky
those kind
Business.
of cheesy, weird science. Those movies.
Rocky IV.
Yeah, watch them. Watch Top Gun. Let us know what you think.
I'd say that at the end of the day, you like it a lot more than me, but I still, if you're a casual watcher, it's still a good movie.
It is, and for me, it's the sweet, sweet drug of nostalgia. Yeah, I think that keeps driving me back to the movie. I would say 7 out of 10.
I'd say 5 out of 10. And I'd say I'm going to leave the podcast.
No, I think that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, that's it from us. Top Gun. What movie should we do next?
We might want to ride the 80s train, figure out where we're going to go with that.
Yeah, let us know if you have any thoughts, movies
Yeah.
you'd like us to review or watch.
That'd be
but
cool.
that's it from us.
That is it from us.
Adios.
Adios.